Welcome back to the Iraqi Dinar RV update, your reliable source for developments in Iraq's financial evolution. We begin today's briefing by wishing all our readers peace, prosperity, and continued success. The Iraqi financial landscape is once again drawing attention as a wave of developments reshapes expectations surrounding the future of the Iraqi dinar, IQD. A recent statement from Frank26, a highly regarded commentator in the dinar investment sphere, has generated considerable interest. According to him, the long-discussed revaluation of the Iraqi dinar is no longer a distant hope. It is now unfolding in real time. This statement, while bold, is not without substance. It aligns with Iraq's ongoing economic overhaul and a series of substantial reforms initiated by the government and the Central Bank of Iraq, CBI. These efforts represent more than routine policy changes. They mark a structural transformation of the country's monetary system, banking sector, and economic strategy. As Iraq navigates this critical phase of its financial rebirth, let's examine the indicators suggesting that the dinar's revaluation is becoming increasingly plausible. Foundations of the revaluation, reform, and modernization. The Iraqi government, along with the CBI, has spent the past several months actively working to modernize the nation's financial infrastructure. These efforts are aimed at bringing Iraq in line with global financial standards, while also addressing internal challenges such as corruption, inefficient regulation, and overdependence on foreign currencies, particularly the US dollar. A major cornerstone of Iraq's reform is the shift toward a digital economy. The CBI has been steadily encouraging the use of electronic payments, mobile banking, and online transactions. By reducing reliance on physical currency, Iraq hopes to improve transparency, curb illegal financial activities, and foster greater economic inclusion. A digital financial system is not only more secure but also more efficient, creating an environment that inspires confidence among both local and international investors. This digital transformation has profound implications for the dinar's valuation. A more transparent and tech-driven banking system is essential for building a strong, stable currency. It allows better tracking of capital flows, curbs money laundering, and makes the overall financial environment more attractive to external stakeholders. Overhauling the banking sector. Alongside the move to digitalization, Iraq is also taking firm steps to enhance the performance and reliability of its banking sector. These reforms include tightening regulatory oversight, promoting better governance within financial institutions, and increasing capital adequacy ratios to ensure banks are well equipped to support economic growth. Such foundational changes are pivotal. By aligning its banking policies with international best practices, Iraq is not only improving domestic confidence in its institutions, but also signaling to the global market that it is ready to participate more fully in the international financial system. This enhanced credibility is key to the dinar's potential revaluation. Additionally, the government is taking decisive action to reduce the country's dependency on foreign currency. By shifting more economic activity to the dinar and limiting the role of the US dollar in local markets, Iraq is aiming to regain control over its monetary policy. This movement toward economic sovereignty is a vital precondition for any successful and sustainable revaluation. A growing international presence. Another important signal of Iraq's improving economic health is the growing interest from the global community. In recent months, numerous diplomatic and economic delegations have visited Iraq from regions including North America, Europe, and Asia. These high-level visits demonstrate the world's renewed interest in Iraq's untapped economic potential. Multinational corporations and institutional investors are exploring opportunities in Iraq's energy, construction, financial, and technological sectors. These partnerships are more than just investments. They represent a vote of confidence in Iraq's reforms, stability, and future. As Iraq strengthens its international relationships and attracts foreign capital, it lays the groundwork for a currency that reflects this increased economic vitality. The dinar's growth is no longer just a hope. It's becoming a realistic scenario supported by tangible economic progress. The prospect of a managed float. Amid all these changes, there is growing speculation that Iraq may adopt a managed or controlled float for the dinar. This system would allow the currency to fluctuate within a set range, influenced by market forces but overseen by the CBI. This model offers a balance between flexibility and control and has been effectively used by other countries in the region, such as Kuwait. Adopting a managed float would be a strategic move. It would enable Iraq to gradually increase the value of the dinar while avoiding the shocks and instability that might accompany a free-floating or fixed exchange rate. This model also allows the central bank to maintain monetary stability while gradually letting market forces determine the currency's true value. Such a shift in policy would be consistent with Iraq's overall strategy of long-term, sustainable growth, rather than short-term gains. It also signals the government's seriousness about positioning the dinar as a stable and credible currency on the world stage. Economic diversification and oil revenues. A key factor enabling Iraq's financial transformation is its vast oil wealth. Recent data indicates that the country is producing oil at record levels, which has significantly boosted its foreign currency reserves. This financial cushion gives Iraq the resources it needs to reduce its debt, invest in development, and support a revaluation. However, Iraq is not resting on its oil wealth alone. The government is making strategic efforts to diversify the economy by investing in sectors such as agriculture, banking, logistics, and technology. Reducing dependence on oil is critical for long-term stability and for building an economy that can support a higher currency value without relying solely on energy exports. With these resources and strategic initiatives in place, Iraq is demonstrating that it has both the means and the intent to increase the value of its national currency in a controlled and sustainable manner. Challenges remain, but optimism grows. Despite this encouraging progress, challenges persist. Iraq still faces political tensions, bureaucratic inefficiencies, and the ongoing need for international coordination. These factors may delay the full realization of a currency revaluation, but they are not insurmountable. Frank26 acknowledges these hurdles but remains optimistic. According to him, patience is crucial. The revaluation, if it is indeed underway, is not expected to be a sudden or dramatic event. Instead, it will likely occur in stages, allowing for the implementation of reforms without creating instability. This phased approach is consistent with responsible economic management. It gives the government and the central bank the ability to test and adjust policies as needed, while maintaining public confidence and encouraging sustained investor interest. Looking ahead, a stronger dinar on the horizon. The combination of Iraq's financial reforms, increasing international engagement, rising oil revenues, and digital modernization efforts is creating a solid foundation for a stronger national currency. The path to revaluation may be gradual, but the trajectory is unmistakably positive. Iraq's leadership appears committed to achieving economic sovereignty and positioning the country as a competitive player in the global economy. The dinar's future will depend on continued progress in implementing reforms, strengthening institutions, and fostering a transparent and inclusive financial system. Investors, analysts, and observers are advised to stay informed and patient. While the exact timing of a full revaluation remains uncertain, the conditions that would make such a shift feasible are rapidly coming together. For those watching the IQD, the coming months could mark the beginning of a new financial era for Iraq.